doing? What are you doing? Come on. You ready for story time? Are you ready for story time? Are you? You sitting? You ready? Hey everyone, this is Adam with the Inkstain channel. I'm so glad you're with me. Thank you guys so much for your support. The Nightwish Army, you guys rock. Before I knew it, after I posted my first video last night, a thing appears from Gabriel, like this long list of titles and links, and go here first and then you can go there, and you should look at this and don't look at that, and all of this other stuff. It was phenomenal. Thank you, Gabriel, so much. For all of your information, along with the invite to the Discord where I hung out with some of you guys yesterday. Some of the just the nicest, coolest people that I've ever met, working on a project so quickly. You guys are so welcoming, and thank you. And tonight for you, we are going to do a very special request. Tonight we're going to do story time. And it's a great piece. You all know it, I'm sure. I know it. It is truly the essence of what storytelling is. It's about the essence of what storytelling is. And it's great, and we'll get into it. But because we're looking at story time, I want to tell you a story. So I'm rocking a different setup right now. I was not happy with the sound quality on the last video. There were things that were not right, were not working so well for me. And I had made some arrangements to upgrade my setup and do some things to make that better. And I hope the sound is significantly better on this video. But in the process, I'm like, how can I kind of work the mix, get some things going, and prepare to be a better producer on the producer end, to give you guys a better quality experience. And I'm like, well, use your in-ears. I was able to get the adapter, pull it out, get my in-ears, plug them into the computer to use them as a monitor so I could listen to everything. And that was fantastic. And I was like, this is going to rock. Oh my God, I'm such a pro. And then the boom mic stand arrives, the arm here for the mic. And I go to put that together, and I turn around, and your boy, the dog that you have been given so much love to, and I appreciate how much love you're giving my dog. His name is Oberon, by the way. I think it's fitting. Your boy is nowhere to be found, and neither are my in-ears. And I go looking for him, and he's got him, and he runs downstairs. He runs out to the backyard. I hear this crunch, crunch, crunch. I get the in-ears. I'm like, maybe with some duct tape, or not duct tape, well, some electrical tape, I can get this to work. No freaking dice. Okay. So, because you loved him so much, I'm going to try and have him on camera for an intro before the splash. But homeboy's in the doghouse, man, because you guys know in-ears ain't cheap. Nonetheless, I'm going to be doing some clunky beats. So if I'm banging my head and they hit the microphone or fly across the room, please forgive me, because this is not my usual jam. But I needed something that was going to actually connect. So without further ado, we're going to get into story time.
I think it's time for a little story.
Hell yeah, it is.
It's definitely story time.
Love it when we can hear Marco. windmill. Okay, so let's stop here for a minute. All right, so what's this about? Basically, what we're dealing with is the nature of creativity, the nature of art. We start in the first phrase with Floor setting us up in a point of view that would be referred to as third person omniscient. She's sort of an overall narrator of the deal, setting the scene, sort of like the whole "it's a dark and stormy night" concept. And so we get that set up. We're introduced to the writer who has imagination. And then Floor's POV switches, and she becomes the embodiment of creativity, the embodiment of imagination. Several examples are given: the chimneys, the snowflake, the empty crib of Peter Pan. This idea that all of these images evoke emotional states or creativity or the creative process. And the refrain of the chorus also refers to the idea that the act of creation, the act of creativity, makes the creator more real. In a very real sense, this could be seen as an allegory for the idea that the humanities are what make us human. The creativity, the ability to visualize, the ability to dream other places, other things, other times. The mind of the writer makes the writer real, which is a killer concept, and something that has been explored in metaphysics and metaphysical poetry for a long time. The idea that thinking it makes it so, to quote Hamlet, the act of the creation breathes life into the creator in this sort of cyclical, symbiotic relationship. And that's pretty much where she's going with it. It's pretty clear. I'm going to take it back again, and I'm going to do something to you that's kind of mean. Shifting my focus here for a minute and focusing on Floor's technique. You're going to see that in many places she's standing very strongly, very straight. Again, that trunk of her body is sending that energy, that muscular constriction, using that to fuel the power of the vocal apparatus. On top of that, I want you to pay attention to her phrasing and her breathing, because as we've discussed before, something that Floor does very, very well is breaking down the text that she's singing into thoughts and then bringing in the air that's necessary, excuse me, to complete those thoughts. And sometimes those thoughts don't have words, they just have notes or sounds. But the fact that Floor bases her phrasing on the ideas and a connection to what she's singing is why she keeps that strong, consistent tone throughout. Because there's none of the mess of, I'm going to inhale. I was going to do something Floor did on her page. It's not, I'm going to inhale this massive amount of breath and then I'm going to let it out very slowly on the note. That's not what she does. And as we move into sort of more modern singing, it's not effective and it's not really good vocal hygiene. What she does is she brings in the breath to make the phrase. Because the phrase is complete, that gives her the opportunity to take in another splatted breath, for lack of a better term. She finishes the beat, she releases it out, bringing more air in to the next phrase, more air into the next phrase, more air into the next phrase, more air into the next phrase. And it is consistent throughout the entire piece. And this video is really sort of sharply cut in the sense that it changes cameras very quickly. And because of that, it's not really feasible to watch Floor like we did in previous videos and be like, oh, there's that splat. But the sound mix is really good. So you can hear when she takes in that breath. You'll have her sing and then sing and you'll hear it if you listen closely. And that's the mean thing that I'm doing to you, because you can't unsee the things you saw and you can't unhear the things you hear. And there's the very real risk that if you focus on when she's breathing, that's going to sort of take your consciousness and watching for that, and rather than hearing the beauty of the song. And welcome to the world of the voice coach, because that happens. So listen to where Floor is breathing. Listen to how she's breathing on the phrasing, even when the phrasing is notes rather than pieces of text. We're going to go back a little bit. To the chorus. Got that good posture. Now, here's where I miss Juka. Look at him. He's like in it, man. I mean, Kai is absolutely a beast on those drums. He's a machine. And it's like nothing affects him. He's like like an octopus. But Juka's like into it, man. Tuomas is like, oh, growl. See, they will dream you real. So you hear the breathing? Marco's like, yeah. Okay, look at Juka. He's like, all right, I'm going. Awesome. Oh yeah, show off. This is such a driving beat. Go ahead, girl, dance. You deserve it. All right, we're about to go opera. Now you're going to notice how she breathes after each of these. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Strong, supportive. Breathe. So you can't unhear it, can you? You're going to see something very familiar here. Okay, we're going to drive that back again because I want to point something out here real quick. What you'll notice, let me see if I can find it. Okay, jump in. Okay. Does that look a lot like Ghost Love Score to you? Let's see if I can get it. Okay. That is the exact same posture, the exact same body position that she has when she's getting to those final belts in Ghost Love Score. Now, what that shows us is consistent technique. She knows this is how I'm going to prepare. This is how I'm going to stand. This is how I'm going to flex. These are the muscles I'm going to use to hit these notes. And it's the same process that she is using in both of these pieces. Worth looking at one more time. Here we go. So you'll see her breathe. Right there. Okay, so I hope that was illuminating in some way. Again, just to recap with the poetry, we start with the concept of, man without imagination, without a story. And then one night the writer discovers creativity. She becomes Flor, becomes in the singing, the embodiment of that creativity, and about how our creativity and the things that drive our imagination are the things that cause us to be real, which is quite a notion. I'd go as far as to say that it may even be sort of a little bit about how it's the humanities that make us human, the ability to dream, the ability to imagine, the ability to let the things that we see around us, the chimney, the snowflake, all of those images that are evoked in the song, let it fuel our creativity, and that is what makes us human, and that is what makes us real. And pretty sure that's where he's going with this. Thank you so much again. If you enjoyed this time together, please like, subscribe, hit the buttons down at the bottom, send us a like, hit the bell down at the bottom to be notified when we post a new video, maybe sooner than you think. And thank you so much, Nightwish Army, for your support over the past day or so. It's already been quite a ride. I can't wait to continue it with all of you. Thanks for hopping on the bus as we drive it through Dreamland. And as always, words have power. Choose them wisely. Be safe. Take care of your mind, body, and spirit. And I'll see you again soon.